Welcome back to Oscar Goes Nuclear on TCM's 31 Days of Oscar. I'm Alicia Malone, and next in our lineup is a four-time Oscar nominee about a cover-up at a nuclear power plant produced by Michael Douglas. From 1979, directed by James Bridges, it's The China Syndrome. Jane Fonda plays Kimberly Wells, a TV reporter sent to film essentially a public relations piece on a nuclear power plant, alongside her cameraman, played by Michael Douglas, and sound recorders, played by Daniel Valdez. While there, the crew witnesses a frightening incident that raises concerns about the plant's safety. And Jack Lemmon also stars as an engineer at the plant who begins to realize that the company is planning to cover up what really happened. Jane Fonda had been a vocal opponent of nuclear power and wanted to make a film about its dangers. With her producing partner Bruce Gilbert, she tried to acquire the rights to Karen Silkwood's life story. Silkwood was a whistleblower at a plant who died in 1974 under mysterious circumstances. Fonda missed out on that project, but when Michael Douglas asked her to star in The China Syndrome, she agreed on the condition that she and Gilbert be allowed to co-produce through their production company. Douglas, who previously won an Oscar for producing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, eagerly accepted. Co-screenwriter Mike Gray also wanted to direct, but when Columbia Pictures joined the project, they requested a more experienced director. Michael Douglas chose James Bridges, who had directed The Paper Chase in 1973. Columbia also objected to the movie's title, with the China Syndrome being an insider term for a meltdown at a nuclear plant so intense that it could reach all the way to China. The studio tested the title with a poll and found that most people thought it referred to some kind of disease. They suggested changing the film's name to either Power or Eyewitness, but Jane Fonda stood firm on the original title and ultimately won. So from 1979, let's watch The China Syndrome. The initial audience reaction to The China Syndrome was subdued. However, less than 2 weeks after the film's release, a serious and frightening accident occurred at the 3 Mile Island nuclear plant in Pennsylvania. The similarities between real events and the film increased publicity, turning it into a cautionary tale rather than just a science fiction story. For producer Michael Douglas, he said this turn of events went beyond the realm of coincidence. It's enough to make you religious. The China Syndrome went on to be nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including for its art direction and screenplay, with additional nominations for Jack Lemmon as Best Actor and Jane Fonda as Best Actress. This was Fonda's 5th nomination within 10 years, coming the year after she had won Best Actress for Coming Home. It was also Jack Lemmon's 6th Oscar nomination out of an eventual 8. He won 2 Oscars during his career, Best Supporting Actor for Mr. Roberts from 1955 and Best Actor for Save the Tiger from 1973. Stay tuned because we have more Oscar-nominated films about nuclear power and bombs, and next is a Stanley Kubrick comedy from 1964 starring Peter Sellers, George C. Scott and Sterling Hayden.
Next on TCM, Dr. Strangelove, then 7 Days to Noon, and later, The Great Ziegfeld. It's Wall-to-Wall Follies on TCM tonight.